Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're going to see a computational fluid dynamics lab experiment and its steady state one-dimensional heat conduction in a composite wall. And our aim is to run a simulation analysis and steady state thermal and calculate the heat conduction through the composite wall. And this is the problem description, and you might want to read this a little bit in order to understand what we are going through, and I'll explain a little bit to you. And in the composite wall, we have three walls, like first is fire brick, insulating brick, and red brick. And these are the thicknesses: 13.5 centimeters fire brick, 7.5 centimeters insulating brick, and 11.5 centimeters red brick. And with this, the furnace operates at 870 degrees Celsius. That means uh, these three are the composite walls, like fire brick, insulating brick, and red brick, and the 870 degrees Celsius. This is wall 1 temperature. If we consider this line as wall 1, this is at 870 degrees Celsius, and the outside of this composite wall can be maintained at 40 degrees. That means this is wall 1, this is wall 2, this is wall 3, and this is wall 4. And wall 1 is kept at 870 degrees Celsius, and wall 4 is kept at 40 degrees Celsius. And along with this, the thermal conductivities are also given, like fire brick is equal to 1.2 watt per meter degree Celsius, and insulating brick 0.14, red brick 0.85. And the cross section of the wall is considered to be 5 meters into 2 meters, like 5 meters and 2 meters. And we do this in ANSYS workbench. This is ANSYS workbench, and the basic procedure first we go through is geometrical modeling. And the first one is we do this in steady state thermal solver. So we drag the steady state thermal and we drop it here, and now we have to give the engineering data, like we have all these thermal conductivities, and we're gonna have to give this in the engineering data. And first of all, we give the materials, like the first material is red brick, and the second material insulating brick, and the third material is fire brick. And now we click on the fire brick and isometric thermal conductivity, and we right click on it and include the property. So now we can give the thermal conductivity of fire brick. You can see there's a small highlighting around the fire brick, and the thermal conductivity of the fire brick is 1.2 and watt per meter degree Celsius, and the units is right, so 1.2, enter. Now insulating brick, right click on it, include the property, and for insulating brick we have 0.14, so 0.14, enter. And final for the red brick 0.85, so red brick, right click, include 0.85, enter. So the engineering data has been done. Now you don't have to save it, or you just have to close it. Now you have given the engineering data. Now we are gonna have to give the geometry, like the shape, etc. New design modular geometry. And in the new design modular geometry, first we have to draw the first rectangle, like we have to draw the first rectangle, second rectangle, and third rectangle, and we give the dimensions, length, extrude, etc. and all, and we will see this. And first of all you have to set the units to centimeters. and then this is the XY plane, and if you have to see this as a perpendicular view, you have to right click and look at it. So now you can see this, and now you select the XY plane on the plane which you're drawing, and you have to select the new sketch so that a sketch will be generated, and you select the sketch and sketching, and we have to draw the rectangles, right? So you select the rectangle, and if you put it on the line, it's coming like C, and if you keep it here, it's P, and if P means there's a point and you're exactly on the point. So I'm selecting P, and this I'm drawing a rectangle, a random. And after drawing this, in order to edit the dimensions, you have to go to the dimensions, general, and we normally select this H1 and V1. H1 means horizontal one, V2 means vertical one, and in order to give it the dimensions, you have a detail view box here, and this is H1, and our H1 is 2. This is 2 in meters. That means we put the units as centimeters, so we have to give 200 centimeters. Sorry, it's horizontal now, so we have to give this height as 200, and you can scroll or you can simply use the zoom fit in order to fit the diagram. And the first, this is 0.135 meters, that means 13.5 centimeters, simply 13.5. this fire brick. So H1 13.5 centimeters, 13.5 to 100. You can click generate. After that, we have to go to the modeling, XY plane, and as we uh, did a sketch, we have to generate another 2 sketches for the 2 rectangles. So look at this, okay, and new sketch. So sketch 2 is generated. Now sketching, again rectangle. Now wait until it shows P. Now draw a normal rectangle, and now sketching dimensions, and you give this is H3, this is V4. Okay, now H3 is 0.075 meters, that means 7.5 centimeters, 7.5 centimeters. So 7.5, enter, and this is as usual 200. Generate, and now go to modeling, right click, sorry, and select XY plane, new sketch, sketch 3, sketching, rectangle, and this is the final last rectangle that we're drawing. And now dimensions, take this is H5, and this is V6, and V6 is as usual 200, this doesn't change, and H5 is slash 0.115 meters, that means 11.5 centimeters, insulating 11.5 centimeters red brick. So 11.5, enter. So that's done, and now we have to extrude it. So modeling, sketch 1, here is the extrude command, hit the extrude and select the sketch 1, and you selected the sketch 1 geometry and apply. So it selects the sketch 1, and you're gonna have to change the operation from add material to add frozen, so that the all 3 rectangles, when the material is added, it shows as a single body. After that, you extrude length, and extrude length is say 5 meters, so that means 500 centimeters. So you give 500, enter, and it says extrude creation, click generate in order to complete the extrusion. So we click the generate, and this is isometric view, and it's in the reverse direction. So I'm just clicking here, and in order to change the direction, this is the direction normal, so I'm changing it to reverse and I'm generating it again. Now if you see the isometric view, it generated properly, like behind the sketch. In the same way, we have to generate the leftover two rectangles in the same direction. So sketch 2, okay, change this, extrude, select the sketch 2, apply, add material to add frozen 500, and direction you have to change this reversal as it has to go behind, and click generate. So isometric view, yeah, that's good. And again, extrude, select sketch 3, apply, add material to add frozen, and direction change it to reverse, and 500 centimeters fixed. So okay, generate. So yeah, we have extruded everything, and now like there are three sketches and there are three solid bodies generated. Like if you see, if I select this, the first body has been selected, and from this we know that the first 13.5 centimeters is fire brick. So I'm gonna name this, right click, and rename solid as fire brick. And the second 7.5 centimeters thickness is insulating brick. So second solid as rename insulating brick. Yeah, and the final one is rename red brick. Okay, we renamed all the solids. Yeah, this is, yeah, we set the centimeters, and okay, XY plan has been generated, dimension has been given, add version is done. Everything is done. Yeah. Project schematic model, red brick. Okay, now this part of the, well, we finished with the design modeler, so you can just close it. And now there comes the model, right click, edit. Well, you can see starting my connector, so that means you have clicked, and it's starting the model part. And in the model part, well, we assign the, like the three bodies, the materials which we provided in the engineering data, and also we assign named selections, like for, it's gonna take a little time to load everything. And I haven't named, like this as wall 1, this as wall 2, this as wall 3, this as wall 4 in the ANSYS. So that is the named selections part. And also I gave the engineering data like thermal conductivity, and I did not assign those values to a body. That means I gave fire brick thermal conductivity as 1.2, but I didn't assign the value to the fire brick solid. So we will do that in this. So this geometry. Yeah, it's still loading. Yeah, this is the fire brick, and in the fire brick, when you see this, there's a material and assignment. It is assigned to the structural steel. So I'm gonna change this to fire brick. Okay, assigned to fire brick. The same way, insulating brick, material assignment to insulating brick, and red brick assigned to red brick. These are three the values that we given the engineering data materials at the first. So red brick to red brick. So now we have assigned everything. Yes, now there's named selections, and these we use this one, and this is to select a particular point, this is to select an edge, this is to select a face, and this is to select a whole body. So now I have to select like this is the wall one, and as you can see, you can hide these two bodies in order to give, okay, hide all other bodies. Okay, now I'm just you can see there's a tick mark, it's gone into light color. This is the fire brick, and this is wall 1, this is wall 2. So in order to assign this as wall 2, I have to hide the other two bodies. So I'm clicking face, and I selected the face, and either you right click on it and create named selections, or you can click the N that is here for shortcut. So in this as wall 1, enter. Okay, now you can see there's a named selections wall 1. Now I'm rotating this, selected, and I click the N, wall 2, enter. Now right click on it, show the body. So you can see this is the insulating brick, and this is wall 3, and click N, this is wall 3, enter. And now last red brick, show body, this is a wall 4, and you can click N, next wall 4, enter. So now you generated wall 1, like this is wall 1, this is wall 2, that is in between these two bodies there's a wall 2, and this is wall 3. We can say this as the output, and this is wall 4. Now you created the named selections and assigned the uh, like assigned the materials to its particular solids. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, material assignment has been done. After that, directly we go to the generation of mesh. Okay, you select the mesh, and then we go to the sizing part, and here we select the span angle center as fine. So that's it. And in order to generate mesh, right click on the mesh and generate mesh. So this is the part where it shows how much meshing and percent has been done. So you can see there's meshing has been done to all the three parts, and now we have to initialize the temperature like 8 and named selections here has been also done. And now in the main process has starts here, and we have to first initialize the 870 degrees Celsius temperature, that's here initial temperature, and we give it as 870, and now here we are assigning temperatures like for the wall 1 as 870 and wall 4 as 40 degrees. So this is wall 1 we giving as 80 degrees and steady state thermal, and wall 4 as 40 degrees. And you can right click on it, insert temperature. So and from here you change the scoping mode to from geometry selection to named selections, and in the named selections you will get 4, like as we assigned 4 named selections. I pick wall 1, and wall 1 is 870, sorry, 870, yeah, it's right, and okay, it's done. And I'm assigning insert temperature. Now we have to assign wall for 40 degrees, so named selections and wall 4, and for wall 4 it's 40 degrees, so 40, enter. You can see from wall 1 to wall 4 it's 870 to 40 is reducing it's uniformly reducing temperature. And yeah, we have given the inputs, and now we have to ask the outputs, like we want temperature at wall 2 and wall 3. Like, let me show you. Hmm. We have given the 870 degrees temperature at wall 1 and 40 degrees temperature at wall 4, and now we have to find wall 2 and wall 3 temperatures and total heat flux. So in the solution part, right click on it, insert thermal temperature. Okay, in temperature I am selecting named selections, and where we need the temperature is at wall 2 and wall 3, so I'm just selecting wall 2, and this is rename wall 2 temperature, and again insert thermal temperature and geometric shape, named selection, and wall 3. So this is renaming as wall 3 temperature. Enter. And also we have to find the total heat flux. So total heat flux, and it's kind of all the body, so you don't have to worry about it. And finally right click on it, solve. So it started solving, and it takes little time in order to give all the outputs. So yeah. Hmm. If we give the outputs, I mean we give the inputs, everything is correct, then these are the results that we get. And let's check after it's done. Hmm. Okay, now the results has been done, and if you select the wall 2, this is wall 2, and the minimum is 750.96 and the maximum is this. So the average part is 750.96 degrees Celsius, and in the results part, yeah, first and second interface, yeah, this is 750.49, 750.9 is approximately same. And we check for the wall 3, we got minimum 183.63, maximum same, average also same 183.63, and 183.16, that's approximately same. And in the results has one, this is linearly decreasing temperature 870 to 40. And we check for the thermal conductivity, sorry, the total heat flux, and it's 1058.1, it's watt per meter square, and here it is kilowatt per meter square, so that's the same. So we got the results as same, and this is the final part, and this is wall 2 temperature, wall 3, and total heat flux. That's it, we got the results same and everything same. Thank you for watching.